Hey y'all, this is Christy with Keeping Up with Christy. Thanks for coming back and watching another video. Hope you're all staying safe and well and just loving on each other and your family. This is how I show my love for my family. I help make sure they're fed. So today's video is going to show you a couple of recipes that I've been making for them. This one, the first one is, for lack of a better term, let's call it stew. We'll call it Cowboy Stew. I've seen recipes for cowboy casseroles and cowboy crockpot meals. It's kind of the same thing, but I couldn't find anything like it cooked in an Instant Pot, so that's what I'm doing. So the first thing is I'm sticking my 2 pounds of ground beef into my Instant Pot with a little insert to keep it up off the bottom and setting it for 16 minutes. What you'll need is some salt, pepper. I use some garlic powder, Worcestershire sauce. That's all to season the beef with. And then a couple of cans of kidney beans. You could do a couple of cans of corn, but I'm using frozen corn. I'll do 2 cups. Also, we'll have 1 onion, a whole bunch of potatoes, and 2 cans of diced tomatoes. The only thing I don't show here is you're also going to need 1 cup of beef broth. So then basically while the meat's cooking, I just start working on the veggies, and that's the onion and the potatoes, getting everything diced up while I'm waiting on that meat to go in the Instant Pot. So I'll let you watch that for a minute. So now that all of my veggies will be prepped, I will then move on to my Instant Pot. When I'm done with that, I'll let it go for like 11 minutes over. That's just the natural release. And then I can switch it over to venting, and any last steam can come out, and then I can open the pot. So these are almost fully cooked through. They were partially frozen when I put them in, and y'all have seen me do that before. I just cook them in blocks of beef, and then I take them out, remove the insert, remove the liquid, any fat or water that's come out of them, and then you start chopping at them. And you can see there's a little bit of red in there, but I have my saute function on my Instant Pot, and I just break it all up and I keep it on saute while I'm adding everything in. Just a little tip, I have found that helps then when you go to start your manual pressure for the next cycle of cooking, because your saute pot's been on and it's been keeping everything warm. It just makes it like quicker to come up to pressure. So salt, pepper, garlic powder, and Worcestershire sauce. Like I said, I'm seasoning the meat now with these flavors, and y'all, I don't have a recipe. I'll put down there what I think I probably added in. The recipe then will be in the description box below. But literally, I just kind of sometimes take recipes from Pinterest and things that I see, and then, you know, just we rework them. And like I said, I couldn't find one with the Instant Pot, but I really wanted to try this in here. And it turned out great, and we all really liked it. But like I say, it comes out more like a stew rather than a casserole, because everything's cooking in there together. And it just kind of, I mean, it helps meld the flavors and everything tastes really good, but it's not like a casserole. It's got a little more liquid to it. So the beans are rinsed and drained, and I throw those in. And like I said, a couple of cups of corn. There's the tomatoes. They just go in as is. To the corn, I'm using the frozen corn, but you could use canned corn. You would just want to drain the canned corn as well if you use that. So that cup of beef broth goes in. That's your last ingredient. Set your pot to sealing and then put it on manual pressure, and I'm taking it down to 13 minutes for this run. And then I'll let it probably do a 10-minute or so natural release, and then you release the last of the pressure. And because you have a full pot, there will be more steam to come out of it this time. And then there it is. Like I say, it's more like a stew. It wasn't as liquidy as like a soup, but really good flavor. And my crowd liked it. I like the fact that everything was just drop into this one pot, and we're serving it into bowls, and it was just easy for the night. So this reminds me of, you see there, I'm showing you that potatoes are tender because they're falling apart, and it just reminds me of something that you might have in the fall or the winter, but it's perfect even for spring as our houses are warming up, because you don't have to get your whole kitchen hot if you're using an Instant Pot. But like I said, you can even make the same thing in the crock pot or a baking dish and stick it in the oven. Just make sure that you brown your meat before you put it into those two items, and then you would just make sure your potatoes are cooked through. We topped ours with cheese and sour cream, and it was delicious. So up next is the grilled turkey and cheese sandwiches that I made for my crowd with a side salad. They love this so much they've asked for it again this week. So when I had my girls go out and get our groceries, because that's who's making the run for us, I made sure that they got some more turkey meat so that we could have these this week. Again, it's a simple supper, and it's easy to do this time of year with everything kind of warming up, where you don't have to heat up your whole kitchen. So what I'm doing here is just making my own honey mustard dressing for the sandwiches. Little mayonnaise, mustard, and honey. Again, down below, because this is not much of a recipe, but I'll put down below how I make our honey mustard sauce. We do buy honey mustard like dressing for salads, but when it comes to like putting it on a sandwich or sometimes in a recipe, we like to make it homemade. So I just have some wide pan whole wheat bread with a good kind of like seeds on it, you can see, deli meat, roast turkey, some sharp cheddar cheese shreds or slices, and some American slices, and then the dressing. That painting there, you saw it, the coffee painting, that was my daughter's. Maddie, she's a sweet little painter in our house. She's our artistic one. She likes to paint, play the piano, the guitar. And so she showed me that on Pinterest, and she said, would you like one of these for the kitchen? And I said, yes, please. So I picked my colors of my coffee cups, and so if you didn't catch it, you can rewind, go back and pause it and look at that. She does such a good job. She's self-taught. She's never had any lessons on piano, guitar, or in painting, but she does such a good job with all of it. And she definitely, we don't know, like Neil and I have no idea where she got the creative bug that she has, but we will find her working for hours on music pieces or painting her art stuff, and we don't know. Maybe it skips a generation, somebody else had it back. But anyway, back to what I'm making here. I'm just loading up these sandwiches with turkey and the cheese, and you really want to pile that turkey on because, I mean, it's your dinner. It's like, I think we used like 2.5 pounds for 7 servings. So you really want to make sure that you're putting plenty of turkey on there, and then add the cheese. And like I said, so we're using both because some people like white American and some people want the cheddar. So it's kind of like Subway. You can come in and place your order. So I had just put butter down on the griddle and getting everything toasted. And then you'll see what I said where I was a little bit flustered on this night. I had a lot of stuff going on in my home, and we were just at the beginning of quarantine. So it was getting to me in the beginning, let's face it. But I forgot to put stinking dressing on there. Like, I made that spread, that honey mustard spread to go on these sandwiches, and then I forgot all about it. So I have to go back and do that. But you'll see me in a minute come up here and start opening them back up. So look, if you do miss a step, it's never a big deal, right? We just fix it. We go on and we act like I meant to do it all along. So I'm making a couple of plain little grilled cheeses there because I had my sweet little girls that I keep. Their mama had just had a baby. In fact, I think this might have been the day she was at the hospital to have her baby. They've just had baby number 3, and we are so happy and blessed to be a part of their family and to get to share in their happy moments. And so I had the sweet girls at my house. so mom and daddy could go and focus on the new baby to come. And so they have been at home now since the quarantine with all 3 babies, and I pray for them daily because I know how active those sweet girls are. So mama has been having her hands full, I'm sure, daddy too, and doing like all of the parents out there, right, with their kids at home and trying to find art projects or activities that are educational. Or hey, y'all, if y'all have to just put them down in front of a movie and veg out, please, like, no, that is absolutely acceptable. Just let them veg out for a while, and maybe, you know, even do a family nap time, especially with little ones. Y'all can do that, right? Like, just say, everybody go lay down and let's take a break. So praying for all of my friends and family out there who have those little ones, that y'all are hanging in there, keeping up with what you got to do, and just, well, let's face it, not losing our minds right now, right? So you saw there I added some lettuce and tomato into some, so you really can just custom make it to how you like it. We served it with a salad and we loved it. So look, I'm praying for y'all. Love you guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.